Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you saw my last video about this, I purchased it's about a 10 or 11 year old Sony A5100, just a very, very cheap camera for about £200 here in the UK, because I wanted something I could just throw in my bag, a camera that I don't care so much about, but it's going to produce much better images than my iPhone. You can watch that video up here, I'll link it below. But anyway, in that video, I reviewed the Viltrox 15mm lens, which I thought was incredible value for money. If you watched that video, I know a lot of people were surprised just about how good this lens was. For 165 quid, I think I bought it from Viltrox.co.uk. I was impressed by the bokeh you can get from this, just the image quality coming out of a 10-year-old camera with this lens. Now, one thing that concerned me a little bit was that it was just ultra wide, and I say concerned me, it wasn't like there was anything wrong with the lens, but I think for just day-to-day street photography, pictures of you, your friends and your family, maybe this 15mm is just a little bit wide. So I reached out to Viltrox.co.uk and I asked them if I could just borrow the 25mm version. So you can see it still doesn't add very much bulk onto your camera. It's extremely light lens, as you can see here. It's plastic build quality, but it's built really well. And as you can see, it's not a very big lens at all. And it means if you're pairing it with an APS-C camera like this Sony A5100, which we've got here, it means you can really have a really good portable setup like that. So here it is. This is the 25mm version. And because this is an APS-C camera, if you want that 35mm look, which is what a lot of people are going for, you actually need to go for a slightly wider lens because there's a crop factor on APS-C. So as I've mentioned, Viltrox.co.uk have let me borrow this lens for just a few days so I can take it around, get some photos with this camera and let you know my thoughts. And I think they look absolutely fantastic. With this 25mm lens, you get, I think it's about 37mm equivalent, which means you can get some really nice portrait shots. I was super impressed with the bokeh coming from this camera. I think 25mm on an APS-C is almost perfect. It's wide enough so you can just about take a selfie with yourself. Anything tighter and you wouldn't be able to get yourself in. But then if you want to get those portrait shots, those family shots, if you still want to get shots of buildings and hotels and things when you're away, this is the lens for that. And I've got to say, I think I do prefer it to the 15mm. Now, these are so cheap. These are so well priced here. 165 quid on Viltrox.co.uk. A Sony lens of this caliber would be like £800 or £900. You know, I've got quite a few lenses and this is up there. There's literally nothing I can find wrong with this lens for this price. 165 quid. Yes, the build quality is plastic, but it's really good. Now, as mentioned, I think I actually do prefer the 25mm, so I think I will be buying this one. I think I'm gonna pop my 15mm on eBay or somewhere because, as I say, I want this camera as just something I can throw in my bag instead of taking my expensive Sony a7S III or, you know, something that's better than my iPhone. And I think this setup could be it. It's, you know, it's a little bigger than I would like. You know, ideally I would love a really thin, small lens, but this is about as small as you can get. You can still stick it in a bag. It's super lightweight. And it takes some amazing shots. Now, you can, of course, use this lens with any APS-C camera, including the Sony ZV-E10 Mark II or Mark I, Sony a6400. This camera is so old, it's an A5100. It only has 1080p. But what I'll do now is I will throw this on so you can see how this looks from this angle. Okay, so this is us now filming on the Sony A5100, an 11-year-old camera in 1080p. So this isn't a real good, fair test for this lens with video. I think if you've got a Sony ZV-E10 II, you will get a much better example of how this looks. But as you can see, it still looks really good in HD. Now, of course, this video has been in 4K, so you are going to see some big differences here. But this just goes to show that you can film with this lens. I've got it set back a little bit further away from my, you know, my usual setup. So the lens I'm using right now is a 20mm full frame. Let's get a video of this. So here you can see I've got the Sony a7S III, or sorry, Sony ZV-E1 with a 20mm, and then just over there I've got the a 5100 with that Viltrox lens. So I've had to put the camera back there to get a similar-ish field of view. Let's bring it in closer. You can see the sort of side by side now. You can see that. But what I still like with this lens at arm's length, you can get a shot like this. And this is, again, an 11-year-old camera. It's so old compared to the almost brand new ZV-E1. And you can get image quality like this. And again, if you have a 4K camera, if you have the Sony ZV-E10, E10 Mark II, the a6700, you're going to get an image quality, I think, almost identical to a Sony ZV-E1. It's very, very good. I love the background separation. The closer I get, you're going to see improved bokeh. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend filming on a camera this old, but you can, and this is the video quality that you can expect. This just shows you that you can get some fantastic images on older cameras, on budget cameras. You can even get good quality video on older cameras. So you don't need to spend a fortune. This setup I'm using right now is over $2,000, you know, close to $3,000. It's a lot of money. This setup is under 400 quid. So if you want to check out this, thanks to Viltrox.co.uk for sending this across. I've got to post this back to them, but I would highly recommend this lens and really any of the Viltrox Air lenses. This is not a paid review, by the way. They have not paid to sponsor this review. They've just let me loan the lens, so it's my honest opinions. Honestly, if you're thinking about this lens, go out and grab it. I think it's a really good budget lens. And if you want to see us review any more lenses, budget setups, let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.